At Men Made for More Coaching, I'm all about setting big goals. Think big, really big, and then align your actions and form a plan to help you get there. However, today we're talking about the secret of being able to think small too. While you want to think big for your future and when forming your vision or your long term goals, when it comes to your day to day actions, you have to start smaller than you think. Being able to take your big goals and break them down into small and consistent action steps is the recipe for accomplishing amazing things over time. In today's episode, we'll get into some actionable steps for putting this into practice. Like I said, I'm all for aiming big. I think most people limit themselves by not thinking big enough. However, we're not talking about setting big goals today, but we are talking about how to take those big goals and turn them into small action steps that help you actually achieve your goals. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed when it comes to where to start for your big goals or your big dreams, then you need to start thinking small. It seems counterintuitive, right? Most men are good at thinking big. That part's easy for them. But what separates the people who just think big and the ones who actually do big things comes down to how small you can think when it comes to your daily action. If you've had big goals or things you want to accomplish, but find yourself falling short, it's time to start smaller than you think. By doing this, you'll accomplish more than you thought possible over time. If you've ever set a big goal, big intention, big resolution, you know the excitement that comes with this. You write it down and it gets you fired up. It scares you a little bit because you know you're going to have to stretch yourself and your abilities to get there. These are the types of goals we want our coaching clients to set. If you know the feeling I'm talking about, let me ask you something. Did you achieve that goal that comes to mind? Sadly, before working with us, most of our coaching clients and the people we talk with have no problem setting big goals. But when it comes to daily action steps to achieve it, they have no process in place. This is setting yourself up to fail. I know how frustrating it can be to want so badly to achieve big things, to have a massive improvement in your life, to impact those around you in a positive way, but feeling like you're always planning but not accomplishing. One of the first things I do with my new coaching clients is take them through our goal setting process. You can download the actual process we use in the show notes. There's a free PDF there. It'll take you through the whole process. One of the pieces of this goal setting process is called goal setting to the now. In this process, we take that big goal that you have, the same one we talked about earlier that gets you all fired up, and it makes you scared at the same time. That's the goal we're after. We find that goal, and once we've identified that, I help them relentlessly break the goal down into the most important small action steps that can be taken this month, this week, today, and even right now. This is how these clients regularly turn from goal setters to goal crushers. The difference is in being able to go small daily and stick with the plan and a process that actually works. And let's talk about how this could look in your day-to-day life. The first thing, set your big goal. Think big with this one and get real clear on where you want to go. Don't stop there though. Make sure you connect this to your why. That's just as important as the goal itself. If you don't connect your big goal to your big why, you're not going to stay with it when things get tough. The second step, break your big goal down into the 3 most important categories needed to reach your goal. For example, if your goal was to drop 5% body fat, the 3 most important categories might be to follow an exercise program, improve your nutrition, and improve your sleep. Once you've identified these categories and have them broken down, list the top 5 priorities for each category. And now we're getting closer to the action plan. Our third step, based on these goals, categories, and priorities, implement the goal setting to the now practice. If your goal of dropping body fat has a 6-month timeline, what do you need to do in the next 3 months? What do you need to do in the next month? What do you need to do this week? What do you need to do today? What do you need to do right now in this moment to get you closer to that goal? Remember, the closer you get to right now, the smaller your goal should get. These small action steps need to do 2 things. First, they need to move you closer to your goals. Second, they need to be something that you can complete every single day, no matter what. And that's how these small action steps, that's how thinking small leads to big changes over time. By always going big and failing to go small, you're running the risk of being a person who only talks about doing big things, but doesn't have a plan in place to follow through on it. Instead, think about these goals you've previously set and didn't follow through on. Now, instead of getting overwhelmed, frustrated, and feeling let down because the goal never got achieved, imagine taking small daily action steps over time that lead to big results and a goal that is actually accomplished. All that's possible when you have the ability to go big and go small. Guys, I understand this is a simple concept that's really hard to implement in daily practice, but it doesn't have to be. And don't keep putting this off. In the show notes, you'll see a free PDF download for the 5 steps you need to achieve big goals. This is a great starting point, and I can't recommend it enough for getting started on just going through this process. So I lay out all the things we do with our coaching clients. It'll take you through each step of that. So this is the exact process we use with our Men Made for More coaching clients. It's a great tool you can use to not just set big goals, but to actually achieve them too. Wherever you're getting started at, or whatever your process is and your history is with setting goals, the important part is just to get started. Set that big goal, break it down into actionable steps, and start implementing today. Hope this is helpful, guys. Looking forward to talking to you soon. Go take action.